Illinois and New Jersey have gotten rid of cash bail, the system we currently have that lets people's wealth determine their freedom before trial. And Minnesota is on a path to do it too. But you may be wondering what a new pretrial system would look like here. Would everyone accused of a crime just go free? Or would no one? Spoiler alert, it would be intentional, with only those likely to cause harm staying in while the majority of people are released. We're the MNJRC, and we spent 2 years studying how Minnesota's current pretrial system works, how it affects people, and what people think of it. We talked to community members, justice-impacted people, people who work in the system, victim survivors, experts, and more. And here's what we learned. Cash bail doesn't keep communities safer or protect victim survivors. It doesn't make people come back to court. It causes harm. And everyone we talk to agrees, the system doesn't work. Our current pretrial system bases its most critical decisions on how much money a person can pay for their freedom, not on community stability and safety. Our research points us towards a new system, a more practical, common sense approach that we call intentional release and detain. Right now, when you're arrested, you get taken to jail. Within 48 hours, you have a brief hearing. A judge can decide your bail amount, which can be anywhere from $0 to millions of dollars. If you're broke and you can't pay, you stay in jail. If you can pay, you'll be released. Here's what the intentional release detain system would look like. Jessica is accused of shoplifting. Police were called after she was seen leaving a store with $200 worth of unpaid merchandise. She's found in the parking lot with the items. The cops take her information and issue a citation, which tells her what she is charged with and the next steps for her case. She's not brought to jail at all. Instead, she can keep her job, access her medications, take her kids to school. None of these day-to-day necessities are disrupted because shoplifting is a lower-level crime, not something police need to arrest for. Let's take a look at what a more severe offense would look like. Anthony is charged with domestic violence. Police are called to a house after a report of domestic violence. They arrest Anthony based on the victim's report, and he's brought to jail. Within 48 hours, he has a release hearing. The prosecutor asks for him to be detained for the victim's safety. The judge agrees and grants an order detaining Anthony temporarily. Within 48 hours after the first hearing, so 4 days after the arrest, a second hearing happens. This one is longer, where more evidence is examined about whether or not Anthony still poses a significant safety risk to the victim. If there is a way to address the root issue, for example, connecting Anthony to treatment for a substance use disorder, or providing time for the victim to find safe housing, he could be released. If there's no way to prevent further harm to the victim, he would stay in jail. The court can revisit this decision throughout the case. If the judge decides the risk level to the victim has changed, Anthony could be released until the day of his trial. Sitting in jail pre-trial leads to job loss, housing instability, and it makes people more likely to plead guilty. All of this makes our communities less safe. The new system won't let people buy their way out, and it won't put more people in jail. It will make sure the people who need to be there, like Anthony in this case, are there. Meanwhile, people who can't afford release, like Jessica, wouldn't be there at all. In our new system, for serious offenses like murder, where there is a real risk of continued harm, people would be arrested and remain in jail until their trial. Our report recommends replacing the wealth-based status quo with a more practical and accountable system based on community stability and safety. Learn more and find out how to get involved at MNJRC.org.